Beep, 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 beep. All that's new from the Jester News. Welcome to the Court of the EDI Jester. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. I'm still wrapped up warm. Let's keep wrapped up warm, folks. It's November. There's a wonderful film called The Whales of August with Bette Midler, who plays a blind woman. It's about her and Lillian Gish. Both of them were in their 90s when they made it. The Whales of August. It was a wonderful film. And I've always remembered that one line for some reason. It was, Vincent Price was in it as well. It's a lovely little, a gentle sort of story for your aunt on an afternoon. I love them. Give me more of them. That tea with Mussolini, ladies in lavender. Bring it on, right? It was called The Whales of August. And I always remember the scene where Bette Davis, who is by this time skeletal, is sat and Lillian Gish says to her, "Is there anything wrong, dear?" To which Bette Davis just replies, "Just a touch of November in my bones." Never knew what it meant then. I know now! And some of you will too know now. So what have I got for you now? I was watching the old Twitoids, as one does, and looking to see what was going on. And something came up by We Are Fair Cop about this trans guy. This trans bloke, Tim, this trans identified male, who advises the police. And I thought, what? Let's have a look at this. And it's in concern with a gentleman called Sophie Cook, right? Now, I then was quite surprised to find that Sophie Cook has put a video up and has been having a bit of a whinge, right, about the bank misgendering him. It wasn't the bank, it was the automatic voice recognition system. And it's really quite a weird and inverted, isn't it? Because I used to live with a guy who always used to say to me, because I had a deeper voice than him, and when he ordered his food, right, he didn't want to go down and get it. He wanted to get him to come up the stairs, right? So he used to say to me, "Right, I've ordered some food. When the buzzer goes, can you do the voice?" And what he meant by that was, just pick up the flat thing and go, "Third floor," like that, right? In this kind of deep voice, because the other person on the other end will go, "All right, I'm on my way," instead of arguing with you about whether they're going to bring your shopping up or your, kebab or whatever it was you decided you were going to have. You say, "Do the voice," right? And this thing with this guy is like kind of reverse. In that they expect him to do the voice, because obviously he's a bloke, right? And he desperately doesn't want to do the voice. So it's almost like the inverse of what I used to say to him, do the voice. He goes, "Hello." It's almost like the inverse, isn't it? So to identify yourself, just say hello. "Hello." "No, Mr. Cook, that's not you." "Hello." He's like getting constantly misgendered by a machine. Which must be infuriating, because there's no human to affirm him, see? Because it's got to drive him around the bloody bend. Anyway, so I thought I'll have a look at this person, and lo and behold, on Saturday the 12th of May in 2018, Brighton and Hove News printed that Brighton TV presenters' bid to re-stand for Labour halted after questions raised over failed newspaper bankruptcy. Brighton TV's presenter's bid to be reselected as Labour's parliamentary candidate has been halted by a row over a messy bankruptcy in his past. Sophie Cook, who stood for Labour in East Worthing and Shoreham last year, was due to take part in Hustings today, with two other candidates hoping to be selected to contest the seat in the next general election. But the other two candidates dropped out after the local selections panel's request to drop Miss Cook from the shortlist was vetoed by the party's National Executive Committee, scuppering the selection, and which cannot proceed with just one candidate. The local Tory party was unhappy with answers she gave, or he gave, to questions about her former company, Seeker Photography Limited, which published a free newspaper in Poole and went bust, owing almost £90,000 in 2013. Liquidator Simon Renshaw's report, published last year, said that the directors, Miss Cook and his then wife, Dawn, had borrowed close to £25,000 from the company to supplement their salary, money which there was no realistic prospect of being repaid. Sources told The Guardian that information had been sent to the regional office about financial irregularities, and Cook was subsequently called in to be re-interviewed. It was alleged that Cook had not told the panel about the information in his first round interview and could not satisfactorily answer their questions. The Guardian also quotes a friend of Cook's who said, "Like many people, a business startup of Sophie's went bankrupt. She made this clear to both the local party and the NEC." A local party source told Brighton and Hove News that Miss Cook had been something of a Marmite figure with activists. Will you spread him on toast? "Oh, no, I see. Right, you either do, you don't. Right, okay, got it, right." As part of his campaign for reselection, he has been publishing endorsements from local party figures, as well as Kemp Town MP Lloyd Russell Moyle and hardline Corbynista Chris Williams and Attila the stockbroker. What is the strange world of Brighton, right? However, other local party members who worked with him at the last election felt he had been imposed by Labour HQ and found him rude and publicity hungry. What? He's a bloke, right? Last year, sitting Tory MP Tim Lofton's majority was slashed from 10,000 to 5,000, and many feel this makes it a winnable seat at the next election. However, despite changing demographics, Mr Loughton's votes increased from 2015 to 2017, and his share of the vote only dropped from 49.5% to 48.9%. The National Labour Party said the selection process would be started again in due course. Mr Cook, who works for the latest TV, did not respond to Brighton and Hove News for request. Interesting. That was 2018. Well, look at it. We Are Fair Cop and all that business. I mean, you can go and have a look on We Are Fair Cop's timeline and find this chap screaming about being misgendered by Banks' algorithm, or whatever it is, misgendered by the algorithm. And then to find that out, but apparently has been advising the police. I'm absolutely aghast at this. So some of you may be able to shed some light on what's going on. What is the police doing? In which case it's this Brighton and Hove article, which is from 2018, and maybe there was no impropriety found, but I can't find any outcome. I can't find anything out about it. So I may be sort of saying here, Twitter, do your thing. You know, that's what's going on. Find out some more about Mr. Sophie Cook. Yeah? Let's try and find out some more about Mr. Sophie Cook. Because it looks to me like we should know if this person is advising the police. Don't you think? You know? If there's nothing to answer, then fine. You know, that's absolutely okay. But it does seem a bit odd that the police are using somebody such as this for advice on anything. Why would you want advice from somebody who's got a fetish or a paraphilia? I don't understand why this is happening. So if anybody could shed some light on this, what are the police playing at, being involved with these men who do woman face, right? You imagine we brought the black and white minstrels black. Oh, can you imagine? Jump down, turn around, pick a bale of cotton. Mammy, could you? It would be appalling. But yet these men parade around in woman face all day. Right? Why do they get to do that? Somebody tell me the difference, because I can't think of one. I can't think of one. But then, you know, we seem to be okay with people pretending to be what they're not, don't we? Look at Rachel Donut, not Donut, Rachel Dolly Houghton. What's her name? Dolezal, right? Look at her, old Dolly Zell, right? She was pretending to be she was pretending to be something she wasn't she? I identify as a black woman. Do you? Right, okay, yeah. I identify as a tax collector. Give me all your money. We need to get rid of these people because they're just, you know, infecting the public space, aren't they? With their nonsense woman face. Right? Okay, so quit it with the woman face. It ain't hard. I'll see you later. Bye.